So we were discussing fundamental rights. In previous classes, we have discussed fundamental rights till Article 23. So we have discussed 21, 22, 23, all those fundamental rights, rights from right to equality, right to freedom of speech and expression, right against offences, all this we have discussed. Today we will be discussing very important fundamental right, that is right to freedom of religion. We know right to freedom of religion is a fundamental right for every citizen. Not only the citizen, it is applicable for foreigners also. So, right to freedom of religion is an important fundamental right. Reason being, we are very homogeneous, very heterogeneous, in fact, heterogeneous society. We have multi-religious in our country. We have a vast culture, very diverse culture. So, unity in integrity is one of the bases which runs our country. So, when we discuss preamble or when we discuss secularism, this right to freedom of religion, it strengthens the word secularism. So, what is secularism? See, as we have multicultural, multi-religious society, we need to have a thing which unites everyone. So, secularism is a concept in India where state will not promote any single religion. We do not have any state religion. For example, when we take our neighboring countries, for example, Pakistan, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, these are few countries where there are state religion. For example, Pakistan is an Islamic country, Bangladesh is an Islamic country, Sri Lanka, it proposes Buddhism, and likewise. But in India, we do not have any state religion. That means India do not promote any single religion. In other words, it equally supports all the religions. So, neither state is completely different or completely isolated from the religion, nor it adopts its own religion. So, our concept of secularism is bit different from other Western countries. For example, in Western countries, when we say secularism, it is complete detachment of state and church. For example, in French Revolution, we say in French, we have in France, the word secularism denotes a complete separation of state and religion. But in India, as we have many religions followed, we have a lot of diversity. That is the reason why we have, separated our state from religion, but that doesn't mean that state has no responsibility or no right to interfere in the matters of religion. State has the responsibility to promote all the religions equally. So, when we say right to freedom of religion, this fundamental right strengthens, supports the concept of secularism. So, we have a difference in the concept of secularism when we compare to other Western countries. So, what are the rights provided for us, for any citizen, in terms of freedom of religion? One thing we need to understand that religion, following religion is a completely individual concept. It's a complete private concept. Anyone can follow any religion. Anyone can change their religion also in between. So, the right to freedom provided in our constitution and also enshrined in fundamental rights gives every citizen to follow, to change their religion, to promote their own religion, to protect their religion, to establish or administer their educational institutions. So, all these things have been provided in fundamental rights. If any action of the state violates these things, then a person could approach court, because no, these are fundamental rights and they are justiciable. So broadly, just broadly speaking, we have freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. This is one. Freedom to manage religious affair, freedom for taxation, for promotion of a religion, and freedom of attending or not attending religious instructions. Now we have right to freedom of religion. We have four important rights given in freedom of religion, and this are from Article 25 to 28. When we say freedom of conscience and free profession, this comes under Article 25 of our Constitution. Freedom to manage religious affairs. We will be going in detail in these topics, but just to have an idea, freedom to manage religious affairs comes under Article 26. Freedom from paying taxes is under Article 27, and freedom to attend or not attending religious instruction comes under Article 28. So these four articles, 25, 26, 27, 28, gives a person or any individual or a group of persons their liberty, their freedom to profess, to propagate, to manage their own educational institutions, to collect fee, to use those fees as to develop their own institutions. All these things are being provided under Article 25 to 28, and that is why we say freedom of religion always strengthens the concept of secularism. And we in our nation, in our country, as we have multi-religious system, we have a need of this kind of rights under fundamental right to protect our sovereignty and integrity, to protect our security of the state, to protect our diversity and uniqueness of Indian culture. Getting into the detail, so freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. So this is what we have clearly in our constitution under Article 25. So first let's discuss few meaning of the words. What do you mean by conscience? Conscience అంటే ఏంటి? ఒక మతాన్ని ఫాలో అవడానికి మన మనసులో ఉన్నది అది ఫాలో అవుతే అది కన్సైజ్ అవుతుంది. అంటే మనం ఇష్టం వచ్చినది ఏ మతాన్నైనా మనము ఫాలో అవ్వచ్చు. Conscience is nothing but you have whatever you feel, how you connect with the God. That is what conscience is. You can relate yourself with God or any other creature in different ways. For example, when we say Mirabai, how she was connected to Lord Krishna. She herself thought that Lord Krishna is her husband. So that is her belief, that is her faith. So that is her conscience. So that conscience is given by our constitution. You have freedom, you have all the freedom to relate yourself with the God in any way as you desire, as you like. So that is the word of conscience, that is inner freedom. What we think in our heart, what our soul thinks, you could connect in whatever way you feel to the God. When we say religion, obviously we are talking about some superpower to which we are surrendered. So inner conscience is inner freedom. You have all the freedom, your soul, your heart, your mind. You could relate yourself to that God in whatever thing you believe in or you are liking. So you have all the freedom. So whatever you feel inside, you can also profess. Profess is you can come and talk to anyone regarding your inner conscience. మీరు ఒక ఆత్మలో అనుకుంది ప్రొఫెస్ చేయొచ్చు. మీరు ఏ రిలీజియన్ అయితే ఫాలో అవుదామో అనుకుంటున్నారో అది మీరు బహిరంగంగా చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. సో ఆ ఫ్రీడమ్ మన కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంది. సో మనసులో అనుకోవడం ఒకటి మాత్రమే కాదు, మీరు ఏ మతానికి విశ్వసిస్తున్నారో, మీరు మిమ్మల్ని దేవుడితో ఎలా రిలేట్ చేసుకుంటున్నారో అది మీరు మనసులో మాత్రమే అనుకోకుండా దాన్ని బహిరంగంగా మనము చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. దట్ ఈజ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఆల్ ద రైట్ టు ప్రొఫెస్. See, here professes, you are telling someone, another individual, maybe from your family, your friend, your parents, or your community, whatever, you have all the freedom to express your feelings regarding some religion or God or creature or anything. So that is the right to profess. Here when I say God, there might be someone who may not believe in God. So that thing also you have all the right to express. When I say freedom of religion, it does not mean that every individual should follow some religion. Some may be atheist. Some may not believe in the system of God or religion. So some individual who follow some religion or do not follow some religion, they can express themselves, and state will not provide any restrictions on that unless we have a few, as I said, reasonable restrictions on the basis of morality, on the basis of public order, on the basis of general health. When I say public order, ప్రజాశాంతికి ఏదైనా భంగం కలిగినప్పుడు, లేదంటే నైతికతకి ఏదైనా ఇబ్బంది ఉన్నప్పుడు, లేదంటే ప్రజా ఆరోగ్యానికి ఏదైనా ఇబ్బంది కలిగినప్పుడు స్టేట్ అలాంటి యాక్ట్స్ మీద రిస్ట్రిక్షన్ తీసుకురావచ్చు. అది చిన్న ఎగ్జెంప్షన్స్ మనకి. అదర్వైజ్ స్టేట్ హ్యాస్ గివెన్ ఆల్ ద ఫ్రీడమ్ టు ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ యువర్ ఇన్నర్ ఫీలింగ్ రిగార్డింగ్ రిలీజియన్, టు ఫాలో ద రిలీజియన్ ఆర్ టు నాట్ ఫాలో ద రిలీజియన్ ఆల్సో. So that is right to profess. What it does says, religious beliefs and faith, what you profess, you openly express your feelings that I have belief in that system, I believe in that God, I have faith in that system, I have faith in that religion. So this is what you can express. That is right to profess. When I say right to practice, it is only not that you have inner feeling, your soul says that you have attached to the God or not to the God or not to any religion, or you have attached to some religion. It also means you are professing, like you are openly saying to the community that I follow this religion. That is okay, that is your professing. But in practice also, you could do anything. Like you could go to puja, you can you break coconuts. So the thing is, you can practice in any different way. So practicing is practically showing your respect towards your religion. We have many beliefs, we have rituals in, for example, Hindus, they have their own rituals. In Christianity, they have their own rituals. Muslims do have rituals. Buddhist, Jainism, Sikh, take any religion, they have their own style of rituals or performing prayers. So that you can practice as your religion says. So it is not only that you have a connection, inner connection with some religion or with some God, you also have a right to practice that. Practice is you practically, you connect with the God in various rituals. So you have all the right to practice. That is religious worship. You have your own style of worshipping. You may just go to the temple, or you may not go to church. You can just pray from home, whatever it is, that is how you connect with your God, with your religion. No one would force you, or you have all the right to practice in your family, in places, in any religious places. You can practice on your own. You have all the right. So that is religious worship, rituals, ceremonies. All these things are the practical things where we do, where we show that we are following these religions. So that is right to practice and right to propagate. When you have a faith in your religion, when you believe some system, when you believe that following this religion will definitely make yourself more powerful, or you feel better when you follow some religion, then there is nothing wrong that you preach that religion to someone, to your family, to your friends, to any organization. You can preach that. So you are propagating your religion. You are propagating, that is, you are telling your experiences, you are sharing your experiences to other people about your religion. So you have all the right to propagate about the religion what you are following. Here, right to propagation doesn't mean, we have few exceptions. You cannot convert people forcibly to some other religion. So you have all the rights to propagate your religion, to make understand other people the beauty of the religion you are following. But that doesn't mean that you force someone to convert from other religion to this religion. So we have an exception there. So right to propagate. These four things are important in Article 25. We have freedom of conscience. Conscience is what you think inside, what your soul says, how you relate yourself with that religion or with the God, with the goddess. Right to profess. You can speak openly. You can talk about your religion, your practices, your rituals and all. So you have the right to talk openly. No one will stop you. Right to practice. You could practice the rituals. Every religion has their own rituals, ceremonies, style of praying. So time of praying. We have holy months. We have festivals and whatnot. So all these things have to be performed. So you have all the right to perform the rituals mentioned in the religions, or it is a practice following from years together. And right to propagate. You can propagate your own religion. You can make people know about what religion you are following, what is the good things in your religion. So when we say right to freedom, it is not only religious beliefs but religious rituals. Rituals is performing something regarding that religion. You believe is inner thing, what you have in your soul, in your mind, in your heart. Rituals is when you perform something. For example, we perform puja. We go to the church and we offer prayers. So all these things are the rituals practiced in different religions. Rights are available, as we say, both for citizens or non-citizens. Even foreigners will enjoy these rights. So there are some restrictions where state could restrict our right to freedom of religion on the basis of, what are the basis? Public order. Public order. ప్రజాశాంతికి ఏదైనా భంగం జరిగితే స్టేట్ రిస్ట్రిక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. మొరాలిటీ, ఎథిక్స్, నైతికత, దాని మీద ఏదైనా మీ యాక్షన్ వల్ల ఎవరికైనా ఇబ్బంది జరిగితే స్టేట్ రిస్ట్రిక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు ఈ ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్స్ని. హెల్త్, పబ్లిక్ హెల్త్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ లౌడ్ స్పీకర్స్ పెట్టుకున్నాము టెంపుల్లో కానీ, మాస్క్లో కానీ, ఇంకెక్కడైనా కానీ, దానివల్ల నైట్లో డిస్టర్బ్ అవుతుంది, లేదంటే సౌండ్ పొల్యూషన్ పెరిగిపోతుంది, దానివల్ల కామన్ మ్యాన్కి డిస్టర్బ్ అవుతుంది అంటే స్టేట్ అనేది కొన్ని రిస్ట్రిక్షన్స్ పెట్టవచ్చు వాటి మీద. మనము చాలా ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చూస్తుంటాము. వినాయక చవితిని మనము నిమజ్జనం చేసేటప్పుడు కొన్ని లేక్స్ను దే లూజ్ దేర్ శాంక్టిటీ. పొల్యూషన్ అవుతుంది, వాటర్ పొల్యూషన్, వాటర్ బాడీస్ పాడవుతాయి. సో అలాంటప్పుడు గవర్నమెంట్ కెన్ రిస్ట్రిక్ట్ సచ్ యాక్ట్స్, బట్ obviously government will provide with some alternative, not totally restricting on your fundamental rights, but it is also the duty of a common man to protect our environment, to protect our surroundings, because even it is not only the state, it is us. We need to take the responsibility to ensure that our surrounding is clean, our society is strong. You should not disturb any other sentiment. So if someone is getting disturbed by the act we do, so definitely we have a problem there. You are enjoying your rights, but you are forgetting that you also have a duty towards the society to not disturb others, people or other sentiments. So that is where we have few reasonable restrictions. సో వాట్ స్టేట్ విల్ డూ, స్టేట్ ఎక్కడ రెగ్యులేట్ చేస్తుంది మనకి? సో ఈవెన్ వీ నో దట్ స్టేట్ హ్యాస్ గివెన్ ఆల్ ద రైట్స్ టు యూ. ఈవెన్ స్టేట్ విల్ ప్రమోట్ ఆల్ రిలీజియన్స్ ఈక్వల్లీ by giving aid, by giving money. So state can also regulate and restrict any economic or financial and political activity associated with religious practices. Otherwise there may be a problem. So state, as we earlier said, our style of secularism or the secularism we follow in our country is different from Western countries. In Western countries, secularism is total separation of state and religion. Though we follow a different style of secularism here, we are not totally separated. State says that we do not have, India do not have any state religion, but that doesn't mean that India is not supporting religious beliefs. Our country sees all religion equally. It promotes every religion equally. So definitely state also have a responsibility. It also has the responsibility to ensure that this freedom should not bring disturbances in terms of chaos, in terms of communal violence, in terms of conversion, that is forced conversion and whatever. So state has the responsibility to restrict this freedom of religion in some or other way. So it could restrict regarding economic, when we say that funds are coming, so that funds may be misused by such religious denomination. So we have political activity, because religion is different, but on the name of the religion, few people could make some statements which may disturb the integrity of the state. So it can also regulate the functioning or political functioning of such religions. So we have, all these religions should, we promote them, we promote the welfare of our own people, our religions, and in this we have that a gradual reform in the society or in particular religion. There is always, it is because it's a dynamic entity, the state could initiate few steps to make reform or throw open Hindu religious institutions for a public character to all Hindus. When we say to all Hindus, we also should understand that here Hindus include Sikh, Hindus includes Buddhist, Hindus also includes Jains. So all Hindus, in this provision, the state could throw open its religious denominations, or it could make reforms in Hinduism. Here we should not think that state is interfering in the religious matters. No, we have provided in our constitution that it is a biggest dynamic thing, that there have to be some changes, there have to be some dynamism in that religion. So that is clearly mentioned in our constitution. So we have done with right to freedom, in that freedom of conscience, freedom to profess, to propagate all the religions. Next, coming to Article 26. This is a part of freedom of religion. In this, freedom to manage religious affairs. So as we earlier said, though we have freedom of religion, it is not only that you yourself believe in the God. Obviously, there will be a big society, big congregation in some religion. So gradually there will develop few trust, boards, temples, group of temples, society. So to manage such institutions, to manage such denominations, here when I say denominations, it is a group of similar believing people or a sect in religion. So denominations may be in the name of trust, temples, societies, etc. So under Article 26, state has given the right to establish and maintain institutions for religious and charitable purpose. మనకి కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఆ రైట్ ఇచ్చింది. మనము ఒక రిలీజియన్ని బిలీవ్ చేస్తే ఆ రిలీజియన్కి సంబంధించి కొన్ని ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్ గ్రో అవుతాయి. అది ఒక గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ టెంపుల్స్ మేనేజ్ చేసే ఒక బోర్డు కానివ్వండి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ టీటీడీ, తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానం, అది ఒక రిలీజియస్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్మెంట్. సో ఆ రిలీజియస్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్మెంట్ కోసం మీరు ఏమైనా చేయొచ్చు. యూ కెన్ బై ప్రాపర్టీస్, యూ కెన్ యూజ్ దోస్ ఇన్కమ్ ఇన్ ద ఫర్దర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ రిలీజియన్. అక్కడ నుంచి వస్తున్న ఆదాయాన్ని మరి అదే రిలీజియస్ డెవలప్మెంట్స్ కోసం యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు, లేదంటే చారిటబుల్ ట్రస్ట్ కోసం యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు. మనం చూస్తుంటాము టీటీడీ కానివ్వండి, శ్రీశైలం కానివ్వండి, ఎక్కడైనా యూ టేక్ అమృత్సర్ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్, యూ హ్యావ్ ఫ్రీ ఫుడ్ దేర్, you have many other services. So to provide pilgrims or people to use these services, definitely the board could acquire property and use those property. So what I mean to say is you have all the right to establish, to maintain institutions for religious and charitable purposes. That is 26A. So once you started a society, once we have a good congregation, so your income, the income of that trust increases and you want to propagate that religion, so you need to establish more such institutions. For that you will manage, you have the right to manage own affairs in matters of religion. No state would interfere in this. That particular board or that particular committee will manage its own affairs when there is a registered society under some name. So that registered society can buy lands, can propagate its affairs, can appoint persons from that board. So government will not interfere into the matters of religion. So this is, you have the right to manage own affairs regarding religion. So as I said, right to own, acquire movable and immovable property. That is, if you have a religion, a congregation, a registered society, you have the right to buy buildings, construct temples, construct charitable houses, construct houses for the poor people, construct school for children. Like you could do anything. You have that own registered independent society. That particular board has all the rights to use the money in the development, in the further development of that religion, and also for charitable purposes. When we say Shirdi is a big temple, we have a board there. They does many activities. Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, they does many activities. Even Golden Temple, they have many charitable things. You take any religion, Walk board, it is also a religious congregation. So walk board will also do many charitable activities. So every religion, every person in that particular religion have all the right to propagate their own religion and give better service to the people. So many religions which believe in God or any creatures have all the rights to establish their own religion. For example, when we say Ramakrishna Ashram, it's a big machine. It's a mission working for many charitable things. They provide free food, free shelter to many people. They distribute books. They also provide few courses. So all these things they are doing because Constitution has given them the right to own and manage their affairs. So they can manage, acquire movable and immovable property. And the property, how you use that property, that is also up to that board. We have a right to administer such property in accordance with the law. So there is a law of the land. Such property should not be misused, or as I said, should not be against public order, morality and health of people. So you should follow the law of the land, and within the limits set by the Constitution, you can enjoy the rights that particular board can purchase movable properties, immovable properties or any property and administer in the way they like. So that is right to administer property in accordance with the law. Hope it's a simple thing. Article 26, it is about establishing and administering institutions, religious institutions, that is denominations. Denominations are a sect, a group where you propagate, you promote, you progress your own religion. So that is one thing you can establish. You can manage your own affairs. You can have the rights to acquire movable and immovable property. You have the right to administer such property, but within the limits of the law. So as I said, this Article 26 are subjected to few restrictions, that is public order, morality, health. So these three are the grounds on which the state could impose restrictions. So religious denominations must satisfy three conditions. You need to understand what is denomination. Denomination ante, it's not demonstration, it's a denomination. Okay. Any group of people following a similar beliefs, thoughts, or they purchase something which is common to one, that is denomination, or we can say a sect in a religion. So regard as conducive to their spiritual well-being, any organization you register or you promote, that should be within the religion, that should promote the religion, should not disturb other religious sentiments. Common organization, there should be a common organization, that is under one umbrella organization. We may have different sub-organizations, but the trust should be a common, or there should be a common religion. It should be with a distinct name. Some name is given to such organization and it should be registered. It should have a legal entity. Like we have Ramakrishna Mission, Ananda Marg. These are some religious denominations where it is registered and it could manage its own affairs. But as we say, Aurobindo Society is not a religious denomination. Arya Samaj also, even Arya Samaj, this is also not a religious denomination or organization. We have many other sects which manage their own affairs, which do establish their institutions. So we have all those things where we have given, the Constitution has given the freedom to manage our own religion.